John, this as well is complicated in terms of the policies, US domestic policies and politics that take place. It complicates it even further. There's division between Democrats and Republicans on Ukraine as it is. And a lot of the rhetoric seems to be this is a European problem for European funds to manage. Is that what you're seeing from your point of view as you are in New York? Do you think that that may be the feeling with the general consensus and the public, the voting public in America?
Well, you're right to separate it all out, because you have, members of Congress, the 100 members of the Senate, the 435 members of the House, who generally have been supportive of Ukraine since the 24th of February, 2022. And then you have who's in the White House. In Biden-Harris administration, they were all in order, not necessarily for Ukraine to win, but for Ukraine not to lose. President Trump comes in and says, no, we've got to figure out how to end this. And so you have this, this collision course, but in the end, the U.S. Congress, the majority being Republican and being controlled by President Trump, they're going to basically go along with what he wants. They're really not going to try to push him toward anything he doesn't want to do. In terms of the public, we have a divided electorate, and generally President Trump is going to just focus on what he needs, what he believes he needs to do to keep his MAGA base, Make America Great Again base, content. And so again, in that regard, he's likely to not want to push too far in the envelope, because he campaigned on, hey, I'm not getting into wars. I'm going to get us out of wars. I'm not going to be spending a lot of money overseas. And if you've looked at the last couple of weeks and what President Trump has said, if you're NATO, if you're the European Union, he has continually pulled back from either commitments that they thought he had made, or he's brought in new ones. And so I think that that there's going to continue to be a pulling back, where President Trump is going to say Ukraine is Europe's problem, and Ukraine is not NATO's problem. Ukraine is individual members of NATO who may believe it's their problem, but as a collective, it's not our problem.